Hey guys, Mike Greenwell from Greenwell Fishing coming at you with another video. Stay tuned, we'll get into it. Alright guys, hey, today we're going to do something just a little bit different. We're not on the water, as you can see. We are going to go out to the boat here in just a little bit. But today we're going to be talking about the GoPro Hero 4 and some accessories that I use with it. Got a table full of stuff here. We're going to talk about how I continuous record and get everything together for the editing and to start making the videos. So let's get to it. We've got the normal case that comes with the GoPro, but as you can see, mine's a little bit wider. The first accessory that we're going to talk about today is the extended battery pack. Now, I will leave a link in the description for all this. So, the extended battery pack. This does two things for us. This extends the battery life, of course, because, the GoPro, almost on all of them, these batteries just don't last very long. Whenever you're out there recording, they might last, a good 30 minutes or so. But if you put that extended battery on there, that'll get you, I've noticed, to be about at least another hour. But my main reason for having this is I tried to constant record. So by constant record, I was wanting to have a power wire plugged in here. Well, then you can't have a microphone to cut down on wind noise. So I found these extended battery packs, and now I can have the battery pack plugged into here, and I can have microphones plugged in to that port. So I can run both. I can have constant power going to the GoPro, and I can also have my wind muff, microphone, whatever you guys want to call it there. When you buy that extended battery pack, you also have to buy the wider case, the protective case for it, because that small one just ain't going to do it now. So you can get that. You can see I took a Dremel tool to be able to get in and out, to get the SD cards in and out, and to be able to get the microphone plugged in and the power wires plugged in to keep it going. But that just pops in there like normal. Get it straight there. And you put your, some people like the snap kind, but I use these kind. You'll see more about that when we get outside. And that one is set up and ready to go. Now I've got two of these that I run, so when I'm running them, as you can see, you can see there, you get access to the SD card, so you can pull the SD card in and out. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I didn't quite Dremel it out just enough, but you can get it in and out. Be careful doing out in the water. You don't want to drop your SD card over the side of the boat. That would suck, especially after a good day's fishing. On this here, you can clip it anywhere on the boat. So if you're having a real high windy day, you can just take it and drop it down below the windshield, and that will help with the wind noise also. But be careful. I have noticed that make sure that's plugged in good, because if that's not plugged in good, you'll start getting like a real staticky noise. That's no good. You don't want that, as we all know. We do have a second type of wind muff, but I stopped using this one just because you running down the river, you don't pay attention to the GoPro. Next thing you know, you got these little fuzzies in the view, and then you go back to edit your video and you're like, uh-oh, you got fuzzies in there. Most people probably don't mind it, but some people said something about it. They can see it and they focus on it. So I did away with that one and I went to this one. Clip it right back on here. It works just great. Now I will say the one bad thing about having the extended battery on there is you do lose your display screen, so you can't see what you're recording. But I'm willing to sacrifice the display screen for the extra battery pack and to have 2 ports, one for the microphone and one for the continuous charging. That's just me personally. And if you have to, you can always take it off, set it where it needs to be, put everything back together, and then you can start recording that way. But you can also download the GoPro app and you can go in and see what you're recording from there, so you got your display screen there on your phone. So either way will work. Gonna move a few other accessories over into the line of view. We got a 3-bank power bank, a 3-port power bank here. I use this for continuous power. I got this Halo. It's actually a jump start for a vehicle. This thing's pretty awesome. But what I use it for is just to plug in the USB port there, and it's got 2 ports on this alone, so I can run my GoPro and my phone, charge them up both at the same time. This thing here is pretty awesome. I do have a 3rd one. It shows 67% out. When you're charging it, it shows what's coming in, or what percentage it's charged at. It's also got 3 ports. This one also has some flashlights on it. I keep all this in a little carrying case. It's got some extra parts in it that you never know. If you might break something out there, you've got plenty to keep recording. Next thing we're going to talk about is my SD cards. The way I got it set up on my GoPros, a 128 gigabyte memory card I can run for 8 hours and 21 minutes. I've got 64 cards that I can run for 4 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. And you can see here I've got them labeled. 1 and 2 is... You can see here I got them labeled. 1 and 2 is in the GoPros now. And 3 and 4, I've got it set up to where they're upside down facing me. I know they are good to go. So right now, everything is empty except for that one. He's got stuff that I don't want to lose, some stuff that I didn't want to delete. To everybody's surprise, I use my phone to do my editing with. So when I put an SD card in, go to my gallery, I can swipe down till I find the GoPro, and that brings up, this one here was a full 128 gigabyte card. So it breaks them down into 17 minutes and 43 second clips. Puts a bunch of them on there, as you can see. And I do, that's from an older video, so it's got that one saved on there all the time because I don't want to delete it. I haven't moved it over yet. But you can click on there and play the video. Then when you play the video.
You got 3 minutes left. We got 3 minutes.
You can scrub until you find action. Now let's just say there's me or a guest on the boat is catching a fish at that time. I'll stop it, write down GP260444.mp4 on a piece of paper, and then I will find out where the end of that fish is or whatever. Then I write the start time and the stop time. Then you can go up here to your editor, and you can go to that time. Say it was 5:18 to 8:31. Then you got that 3 minutes and 2 seconds. You can hit save. It'll save that into the SD card spot. And I go in right away after I save that, and I take it. I'm not going to save it because it's no good here, but we'll discard that for now. We'll get back to this screen. So whatever you save will be at the very top of the screen for you. So let's say that's the one we just saved. Click and hold on to it. You can click more. You can move it to an album, or you can copy it to an album. I always move to an album when you want to create. You're going to create, and it always brings up the different create number. So that's how it's going to start album 12 now. So I would write down album 12 at the top of my paper. That way I know everything I'm doing now is going to be in album 12. We're going to back this out of there because we don't want to save that. Shoot, I made one anyway. That's okay, we can always move it back. But it's actually moving that 3 minute and 51 second video. It's moving it pretty fast, as you can see. But now it's in album 12, and you can see that video is in album 12. So we're out in the boat now. As you can see, we got a piece of all thread here with some couplers put on it. Goes up to a 1/4-20 screw, but from the back of the GoPro, you know that 1/4-20 hole there. Just put it on there. I actually got these here where you can adjust it, so that way I can tighten it up. That thing won't go nowhere, so it can record. You know, I try to set them up for. I try to set them up on this side of the boat so they'll record over here. Then I also have a different one on this side of the boat that I set up, and then we get an angle on this side also. That way, if we miss a takedown on that side of the boat from that camera, we'll get it over here on this one. Well, hey guys, maybe this can help somebody out. Maybe somebody else can learn something from this video. I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing to the different GoPros, but I'm not 100% on that because I don't have any of the other ones. The only thing I have is the Hero Force. But I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video.